Since 2008, the Premier League has allowed teams to select 7 substitutes for matches, and to make 3 changes during games. A limit on in-game changes seems reasonable, as it forces managers to use their substitutes wisely. But what if there were no restrictions on the number of available substitutes? A Premier League squad is allowed to hold a maximum of 25 players, although those under 21 years of age do not have to be registered, so any number of young players can be used. However, with so much at stake in league matches, youngsters are rarely given the chance to play. Similarly, players who are out of form or favour can also find opportunities hard to come by. And while the manager's bench selection might not seem as important as the starting 11, the right substitutes used at the right time can change a game. Imagine if the manager could call upon his entire squad as potential substitutes, rather than being restricted to select 7. What would happen? As things stand, most managers will pick their strongest remaining players to fill out their subs bench. But matches are unpredictable, and sometimes developing situations, such as unexpected injuries or red cards, can make a manager wish he'd chosen differently. This might seem like part of the challenge, but it suggests a manager should be able to predict the future, which hardly seems like a fair test. A larger pool of substitutes would provide greater flexibility in dealing with game situations, allowing a manager more license to use his tactical intelligence instead. More games could be decided based on the strengths of the competing squads and managers, with each team allowed to use its full capability rather than a reduced selection. From the player's viewpoint, more substitutes means more opportunities. A youngster would rarely be given a berth on the bench in a tightly contested league game. But what if the game ends up being one-sided? Say the home team leads 4-0, with half an hour left to play. This would be an ideal time to blood a youngster. But under the present system, it is highly unlikely the player would have been chosen as a sub in the first place, and the chance would be wasted. Likewise, players who are lacking form, have fallen out of favour with the manager, or have a particularly one-dimensional skill set could be given more chances. These types of players might usually struggle for selection, but if they were always at least available as subs, they would have more chance of playing, as developing game situations could favour their individual abilities. Specialists and players signed for depth would take on new importance, rewarding teams with focused recruitment strategies. An expanded bench might also encourage players to stay at one club for longer, allowing squads to develop more continuity and cohesion, as fewer individuals would seek moves away to get more playing time. It would allow a club to maximise its transfer market investment by ensuring all its players were always available. No longer would a player be paid a wage to watch a game from the stands. With an expanded bench, all of the club's players would be given more chance to play, building a stronger squad through competition, and matches would become more colourful, with the manager's aptitude for in-game tactics being tested rather than his aptitude for pre-game prophecy.